What is up, guys and dolls? My name is LeakyTapsMan, aka Big Jimmy. Okie doke, I've got a new series for you today. It is my top 10 lists of random things, and we're starting with top 10 Xbox Live Arcade games. So I absolutely love Xbox Live Arcade. It was one of those things that I was unsure about when the 360 came out. I just thought it was a gimmick, but they have proven me wrong and brought out some amazing games for this. So I am excited to tell you what my top 10 games are. Let's get started. At numero 10 we have Battlefield 1943. So this is a multiplayer only game based on Battlefield 1942, obviously the next year on. You fight in Japan. It's a great game. You've only got 3 maps however and 1 game mode, which means it's low down on the list, but the gameplay is incredible. It's addictive as hell, and I found myself losing a lot of hours in this game despite it being an arcade game. And when I got it for 1200 points, I still thought it was great value for money despite those shortcomings. Okay, number 9 we have Hexic HD. A lot of you probably won't have played this, but it came out for free when the Xbox 360 launched. It was the game that basically convinced me that arcade was actually going to be something great. I was totally addicted to this game. I was playing it more than I was playing Call of Duty 2, which I got when the Xbox came out, and that tells you all you need to know. It's what every great puzzle game should be. It's easy to pick up and play, and it's very difficult to master, and that is why it is number 9. Alright, number 8 we have Costume Quest. This is a cute little RPG. See, that's a strange way to describe something as cute, but it is. It's got nice cel shaded graphics. It's a turn-based RPG. It's got a great sense of humour. It's well sized. It's good value for money at 800 points, and everyone should give it a try that's a JRPG fan or just an RPG fan in general. Okay, number 7 we have Puzzle Quest 2. Puzzle Quest 2 is basically a culmination of puzzling and RPGing, and they combine the two so well. You wouldn't think a puzzle type game would work in an RPG, but they combine it brilliantly, and it's a lengthy adventure, a very addictive one. I keep using the word addictive, but all these games are. That's what arcade games strive to do, and they do them so well. So yeah, it's a great game, fun gameplay, and a very deep combat system, which is also a big plus for me. At number 6 we have Splosion Man. Now this game I absolutely love. It's a platforming game. It's got a great co-op mode for up to 4 players. There's a sequel out already, Splosion Man, which I haven't included because I haven't got it, but it's probably just as good if not better. But the original one will always get a place on my list just because its comedy value is great, the platforming is great. I love old school platforming. And that's all you need to know about Splosion Man, because it is awesome. And number 5, we have Trials HD. So this is essentially an updated remake of all the old... You probably played this game 100 times before on your browser in some kind of flash game, because Trials has been around before. But this is an updated version. It's got hundreds of levels, it's got download content. It's incredibly difficult in the latter stages, but it's fun to play, and it really gives you the incentive to keep going, because when you see your leaderboard and you want to beat your mate's score, that's when you know that you play the game far too much, when you're constantly trying to beat your mates. At number 4 we have Braid. This is a bit of a strange one. It's kind of a time travelling platformer, but it really highlights just how great the arcade platform is, because a game like this wouldn't exist normally. It's got a lovely art style, it looks great, the gameplay is great, it really makes you think about the actual level design. The puzzle aspects work well, the platforming's great, and that's why it gets a high place on my list. At number 3 we have Monkey Island Special Edition. So this is a remake of the original Monkey Island, a series which I absolutely love. I kind of tried to avoid remakes on my list, but this had to get a place because I absolutely love this game. It's got a great sense of humour. Point and click games are absolutely awesome, and there needs to be more of them. Just try out the demo if you haven't already, because this game is incredible. At number 2 we have Bastion. This is an action RPG. You're trying to rebuild this world that's been destroyed. It's got this narrator that kind of narrates you through the whole thing, which might sound annoying, and it is to an extent because he does it too much, but the actual gameplay is brilliant. It's got simple combat, but it's simple to do, yet it's deep, and you feel like a bit of a badass doing it, and that's why it's number 2 on my list. And at number 1 we have, drumroll please, whatever, Shadow Complex. This game is absolutely incredible. Seriously, the production values are through the roof. For an arcade game, you wouldn't believe it. It's in the vein of the old style Metroid games, if you've ever played those, or similar to Castlevania, if you've played those. You progress along, you unlock new items to progress to further points, and I kind of describe it poorly with that. It doesn't do it justice, but try the demo if you haven't. The game had me hooked from start to finish, and you feel compelled to play again afterwards with the new stuff, you know. It raised the bar so high for Xbox Live Arcade, and I cannot wait for the sequel to this, which I'm sure they'll do, because the game was incredible. And at 1200 points, it was an absolute steal, and I wouldn't say that often about a game, because I think 1200 points is far too expensive, but in this case, it definitely is. And there you have my top 10 Xbox Live Arcade games. I know that probably everyone will disagree with me on at least a couple of those, so tell me what yours are. If not, just your top 5 or maybe your top 3, because I'd love to hear it, because I'm always up for debate, mass debate even. I'm not sure what I'll do next for my for this series, but I'm thinking of doing a Game of the Year actually, so that will be on the horizon very soon. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, peeps. Thanks for listening.